first I make a 3D model, the USS Enterprise CV-6 in Blender, and it looks like this. The scale is 1:48, with the real ship measuring about 827 feet, so the model will be about 17 feet or 5 meters in length. I use Dipron foam as the material because it's cheap where I live, at just about $4 for a single 80 by 40-inch foam board. It's also easy to cut and manipulate, lightweight, and has a smooth surface. I divided the model ship into 2 parts for easier transport. I plan to put each part on top of my car. It's a waterline model ship, but it has a keel with ballast weights at the bottom of the keel for stability. So my model ship is technically not a ship, but a raft with a keel. Now I'm making the superstructure, or the island. AlgoLaser Alpha MK2, an affordable and must-see laser machine. The machine features a semi-enclosed mainframe. It keeps the internal components safe from dust, and it can be quickly installed in 15 minutes. As you can see here, I use it for cutting cardboard for detail parts of the ship. It's very easy to operate. I'm combining foam board and cardboard as the material. The 2 parts of the ship are to be connected with 4 bolt and nuts. After painting, I'm continuing to add the details on each side of the ship. USS Enterprise CV-6 was built by Newport News Shipbuilding and first commissioned in 1938, decommissioned in 1947, and scrapped in 1958. She was a Yorktown-class aircraft carrier and the most decorated of any U.S. warship on World War II, with 20 battle stars. She was involved in major actions, like attack on Pearl Harbor, Battle of Midway, Battle of the Eastern Solomons, Battle of Santa Cruz Islands, Guadalcanal Campaign, Battle of the Philippine Sea, and the Battle of Leyte Gulf. I used acrylic paints for this. For the machine guns and cannons, I used 3D printed models. I simplified the models so they would be easy to print. For the Yamato, I used 3D printed railings. But this time I found this chicken wire mesh and decided to use it. There are a total of 53 smaller anti-aircraft guns, 14 medium guns, and 8 big guns. This inflatable lifeboat is made out of laser-cut plywood and paper for details. I'm installing the crane mast here. Some parts are not too detailed, like this lifeboat crane. It's just a piece of plywood. The same as the Yamato, I used water mist generators for the smoke effect. But they're not too visible outdoors. I should use a more professional smoke machine in the future. AlgoLaser Alpha MK2 is plug and play on Windows 10 and works seamlessly with Lightburn. I used 2 layers to make crease lines and cutting lines by setting the laser power and speed differently on each layers, so it will make the folding a lot easier and precise. There are bigger lifeboats too, and they're made out of cardboard like this. All-in-one smart touchscreen, hassle-free for ordinary users. It has smart touchscreen and AlgoOS to work alone without computer, realizing multifunction and no need to take time learning software, achieving real offline operation. It also comes with auto-adjustable air assist pump for crystal clear results. Super powerful cutting 20-watt laser module, featuring advanced spatial coherence technology and a spot size of only 0.15 by 0.12 millimeters. The Alpha MK2 achieves high precision and quality in engraving and cutting. As you can see here, it can cut 3mm plywood with a single pass. I use USB connection with the computer. It also supports USB, SD card, and Wi-Fi connection. I added more details, like a rolling door with cardboard that I painted dark gray to make it look like there's more depth to the side of the ship. You can see the red keel lying on the road. It will be bolt up at the bottom of the ship for stability. There are 2 types of model planes, a flying one and a static one. For the static one, I used a 3D printer for the fuselage and cardboard for the easier parts to model, like the wing and horizontal stabilizer. For the flying one, I used this Micro Mustang's electronics. I'll just strip that out, build an Avenger airframe, and plug the Mustang's guts into it. I chose the TBF Avenger for the flying model because it's big compared to the Hellcat. I used 3mm foam board for making the airframe of the Avenger. The airframe itself weighed about 45 grams. It's very easy to fly, even with a strong wind, because it has an electronic gyroscope for stability. I'm going to try for the first time taking off the RC plane from the deck or the aircraft carrier. It's actually not as easy as I expected. It needs the correct right thrust angle for the motor, a bit of left trim, and a sudden full throttle. The same as the Yamato, I used a resin 3D printer for the crew figurines, for a total of 231 figurines. The magic of figurines. Now the ship looks more realistic. Here I'm trying for the first time engraving plywood by using AlgoLaser Alpha MK2. I'm engraving a USS Enterprise CV6 emblem. I needed 2 trips to carry each part with my car. Luckily, it was only about a half-mile drive. I came up with this fin because the keel I'm using doesn't go all the way to the front. The fin prevents drifting by the wind when turning or sailing. The fin also keeps the ship straight when moving forward. Learning from the Yamato, which had a fixed motor and rudder mount, I came up with this portable power pod. Now I can just insert this into a new project in the future and not worry about designing another motor mount again. It's powered by a 3S 2200 mAh LiPo battery. It can operate for 20 minutes. I tried 2 methods to put this model ship on the water. The first was assembling all the parts on land and putting the whole model on the water like you see at the beginning of this video. But I ended up using the second method, which was combining the 2 parts in the water. It was easier because of the buoyancy.
Rapi di sana ntar, belakang semua. Keren banget sih, taruh dulu, aku belum kasih. Oh, jebol sih.
Shortly, you will see the final scene of all this build. All the effort was just to make this scene. Enjoy. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.